What's up, guys? Her insane reflexes and quick thinking flipped a guaranteed fatal strike into the luckiest dodge ever. That truck unexpectedly rolling backwards was pure horror for the car trapped right behind it, but thank goodness the driver swerved hard and survived. This mountain completely giving out in India looked like a movie scene as heavy dirt avalanched down with absolute brutal force.
Keadaan terkini dari Gunung Sawur masih turun. Shady construction nearby literally broke the ground, making a huge sinkhole swallow a Cairo gas station. In Egypt, absolutely terrifying the locals.
Сейчас пилот проходит по высоте около 50 метров.
Memberi perhatian, kemudian respon banget ketika kita ada hal-hal yang dan kecil itu dimanfaatkan oleh pelaku. Mereka
What began as a chill morning quickly became an Indonesia disaster when this massive rig completely lost its brakes while going way too fast. Dudes telling this story forever, guaranteed. China, rockslide misses, rig under archway, incredible luck.
What?哦，差点GG！啊！哎，不是吧？
Sometimes, living or dying literally comes down to one step. Pure, insane luck absolutely saved the day here.
มาตรฐานของมันนี้อยู่แล้วก็มาโดยตลอดตั้งแต่วันนอนที่ค่ายจนถึงวัน
A ghost motorcycle smashed straight into the store, and this dude barely dodged it by a split second. A brutal tornado unleashed massive destruction in Indonesia, ripping off roofs and totally leveling local houses, leaving the whole neighborhood in absolute ruins. A massive wreck went down in Istanbul when a dump truck blew past a red light and completely T-boned a turning minibus. People usually just fear the ocean, but raging rivers pack serious nightmare fuel too. That earthquake hit way beyond Myanmar, sending rooftop pool water spilling down Yunnan buildings like a crazy flash waterfall. A savage smash on the Clark Memorial Bridge knocked a semi right off the edge after getting rammed by a pickup. Crazy wind gusts just ambushed this sailboat, making it violently snap out of control, turning this boat trip into a total nightmare. This was supposed to be a beautiful wedding, but it became pure chaos when gale force winds shredded the tent in literally seconds. Dark roads made those hanging cables invisible, so this Thailand rig hooked a wire hard, setting off a brutal chain reaction that ripped down like 70 power poles. Driving over a wooden bridge during a flash flood. Like this is seriously a death wish, but this dude actually went for it. Omi tourist ignored warnings to film the giant waves up close, but chaos hit when a massive water surge completely wiped out the crowd. Hauling tall stuff without looking up always ends up in a super sketchy disaster like this. Completely ignoring the barricades, this lady dropped her car in a trench and almost squashed a dude working down there. That was literally inches from tragedy, and bro has zero clue how lucky he is alive. Failing to yank, the e-brake sent this ride drifting downhill, and it's honestly wild how those folks somehow jumped clear at the last second. These flash floods surged so insanely fast, leaving zero time to react as the whole property got completely swallowed up in an instant.
Allah. Deprem oluyor, deprem oluyor. Çok büyük deprem oluyor. Hiçbir şey olmayacak.
The raging current was basically invincible, violently chewing up the bank and dragging entire trees deep into the murky depths without a trace.
এই দেখো দৃশ্য দেখো এই দেখো এই দেখো
That just stuck in your wall.
We can start getting this figured out and make sure to get the
Brazil. Water main burst drowned street. Total flood zone. Flooding an entire section of the street. Bangkoki, Thailand, March 2025. 7.7 quake topples skyscrapers. Magnitude 7.7 earthquake caused dozens of high-rise buildings to collapse. An EV randomly went up in flames and detonated in Jinzhou, China, on April 19, 2026. Luckily, nobody got fried. A massive rig went rogue and backed straight through a storefront in Ash, Kyrgyzstan, on April 20th, 2026. A quick slip on the slick dock almost dumped him in the canal, but clutching that rope totally saved his life. That massive rig violently slid off the trailer after a snapped latch, putting every single bystander in massive peril. A brutal flash flood slammed Guangfu Hualien in Taiwan. Total bedlam ensued as violent mudslides washed away basically everything in sight. The entire crowd was totally speechless, watching this massive waterspout barrel from the ocean towards the shore. Mother Nature flexing her scary power up close and personal.
Oh, wow. Time to go. Let's go. Time to go. Everybody away. Back up. Back up. There it goes.
Storm Zorbas hammered Greece's Peloponnese Peninsula, launching monstrous swells straight over the docks and crushing parked boats.
Malaka.
The deluge flexed its scary power, sucking the vessel right under the bridge where it got smashed, happening live in front of the crowd. The whole crowd felt the massive shake when that giant structure collapsed. Miraculously, nobody standing there caught a scratch. Picking up driving is super basic, but staying frosty behind the wheel is the real challenge. A wild sports car literally crashed a packed cafe in Raipur, right when the joint was absolutely packed. Thank God everyone dodged the brutal impact. A heavy truck tire violently blew out while bro was checking it, barely missing his head in this lethal workplace. Disaster. Thought to be a massive gas blast in Durban on December 6, 2025. It actually turned out to be a buried power cable detonating. CCTV caught this lady totally ditching her ride, right after she nuked a light pole and some parked whips, right on a packed avenue in Biddigwe. This ghost scooter totally swerved across the lanes alone and rammed a house, wrecking furniture but thankfully injuring nobody. Skipping lug nut checks or having busted suspension will easily launch your tires right off on the highway. This Fairfield, Connecticut couple survived a literal Final Destination scene when a tree dropped inches away.
Holy!
A caving concrete ceiling barely missed squashing this forklift operator, showing exactly why ignoring clearance rules is a death wish. Nepal. 7.3 quake sparks massive rock slides near the town. See foam swallows Sydney in white.
Ignore the cars. Look at the pedestrians. This is why you should not trust long-tailed monkeys.
Que vale é que ficou gravado. Roubou-lhe a saca.
Mexico building slides onto the avenue. Locals already out.
Oh my God.
Floodwaters make strong buildings look like toys. Humans weren't the only ones shocked here. Demolition fail hits the neighboring house. Yagi shreds roofs like paper. Pennsylvania. Interstate 78 becomes a landing strip. Surprise runway for drivers. Why I stay away from big rigs. Ontario, California. Giant paper warehouse fire. April 7th morning. April 8th, 2026, Queensland coaster stuck midair for hours. Absolute nightmare. What's your plan if stuck like that?
There's a guy right at the top. We got stuff hitting the house. Look at that tree branch gonna go down in the truck. Oh. Just missed it.
That wraps up today's Wild Catches. Thanks for watching and the support. We're always leveling up this content. Drop a comment and see you later. Heavy storms finally caused that retention wall to snap, dumping a massive tsunami of runoff everywhere. Lucky for everyone, 0 fishermen were chilling nearby today. Exactly why you desperately need a backup camera installed. Horrifying high-speed smash between 2 big rigs in Ceará, Brazil, April 14th, 2026. Heavy wreckage here, but both drivers survived, with only minor scrapes. Absolute nightmare fuel inside a massive steel plant fire in Leningrad, Russia, April 13th, 2026.
Пластик течет рекой.
Terrifying second when a rig went rogue, nearly crushing a car, in Canada on April 15th. This whole embankment just vanished in Kamenaya Obi, Russia, April 14th. A trio riding a single motorcycle barely cheated death during a brutal close call down in Cazuela, Argentina, back on April 10th.
A massive gas blast sparked a raging inferno at this Cheongju apartment complex over in South Korea on April 13th, 2026. Thank God the area was empty, leaving only heavy property damage behind.
Habían venido cerca de una caché y que se escucha llorando, weón. No creo que le haya pasado nada, pero debe ser por el susto.
This heavy rig violently rolled over after its brakes completely failed on a steep downhill run in Hubei, China, on April 12th. Miraculously, the driver crawled out without a single scratch. This dude, hauling a kid on his motorbike, almost got obliterated by a train in Indonesia on April 12, 2026. The iconic Mandarin Oriental Hotel was absolutely flattened during a controlled demolition down in Miami, United States, recorded on April 12, 2026. It took barely 20 seconds to clear the lot for a brand new luxury complex. You seriously always gotta handle batteries correctly to avoid lethal hazards. A brutal close call with poorly strapped cargo almost cost these two folks their lives over in Antalya, Turkey, on April 13th, 2026. Thank God they only walked away with some minor leg scrapes. This right here
is why you gotta pay attention behind the wheel and get off your phone, dude, cause 1 second ruins everything permanently. Mixing heavy rain, sleek roads with a blind corner turned this risky move into a brutal crash instantly. Anyone watching this footage is definitely holding their breath right now, cause that wreck almost wiped out the dude just chilling on the sidewalk. Literally seconds before impact, these guys inside an Indonesia barbershop somehow managed to jump clear right before a truck obliterated the front wall. One tiny mistake caused this packed intersection 2 become a total wreck, but thankfully the aftermath was way less fatal than it actually looked. This sketchy close call was totally avoidable if they just took 2 seconds to check their blind spots before stepping onto the asphalt. Snapped cables out in northern Illinois triggered an insane electrical fire, shooting pure sparks, a totally lethal but hypnotic light show. Way before the hurricane even physically dropped, Naples was already glowing from infernos started by wrecked power grids, the Earth's toxic warning sign before the real boss fight. Heavy shrapnel violently detached from a tractor's roof and just barely bypassed the car trailing it. Pure nightmare fuel RNG.
There, back. Is it? Yeah.
Wow.
The legendary storm, Herman completely bullied the Canary Islands. Violent currents flooding Las Palmas. Like a literal Niagara Falls, a brutal reality check on weather RNG. Super chill and hypnotic. Bro, throw away the batteries when the dirt spawns its own neon glowing fungus. These toxic shrooms
literally radiate in the pitch black, acting like organic LEDs. An ultra-rare aesthetic drop. A squad of orcas just vibing in a kelp forest, using the plants to scratch and chill. 100% proof that the animal AI is way smarter than we think. On a super greasy highway, a vehicle, completely wiped out, and bulldozed a massive line of AFK rides. An absolutely brutal and unscripted pileup. A sedan totally drifted on the slick asphalt, violently swerving lanes. The crew was screaming as they dodged a fatal T-bone by literal pixels. A Russian dashcam snagged the exact moment a dude turning left got absolutely deleted by an electric bus. The ultimate punishment for having terrible ping. Is it even real that some boaters are actually insane enough to queue up in an ocean this toxic? Massive water walls and screaming gales couldn't nerf these legends. They totally sent it into the chaotic surf to clutch a rescue.
In the heart of the storm.
The biggest one. Whoa. Holy crap. Now it's softball size.
Going Dallas Heinz Rocks rapidly scaled up into an apocalyptic hurricane in minutes. An absolute jump scare right here. A baby cart glitched and started rolling solo down the hill, and the mom went full tryhard, sprinting like an absolute unit to snag it. The most clutch save in history. Slipping on an iced-out Oklahoma road, this chick flipped a nasty drop into a straight-up breakdance combo. An absolutely hilarious, unintentional flex. The main transit hub in Milan literally mutated into an indoor water park after the hurricane. Guess they're finally adding submarine modes. Tornado. Totally wild. Out in San Sebastian, gigantic ocean swells completely body the Basque. Sure, an insanely cinematic but totally cursed flex of the Earth's raw damage output. Ice bullets relentlessly spammed Denver. Definitely camp indoors and dodge this lobby. A pup just trying to chill on a walk got absolutely ganked by a crow gang. The jump scare reaction was so incredibly goofy that even the dude holding the leash was dying of laughter.
Pesto chicken pasta? Little delayed.
A feline rocking an insanely flawless two-tone black and white mask went totally viral.
A literal breathing masterpiece. Giving off hardcore Phantom of the Opera vibes. From toxic freezes burying whole servers to massive streams of radioactive magma illuminating the pitch black. Every single clip confirms we're just low-level NPCs trying to survive against the biome's ultimate boss. If these wild drops blew your mind, and ring the bell, make sure you slap that like, hit subscribe, so you never miss the next batch of insane planetary glitches.
This isn't an alien from deep space.
It's just a polyclad flatworm. Normally, they strictly hunt AFK targets like clams. But this specific one decided to try its luck against a crab. Literally, any AFK object sitting in the tide can get hijacked by these weird creatures. They go by goose barnacles, and their main strut is supergluing themselves to a spot, just waiting for the ocean current to auto-deliver food, which they passively siphon right out of the waves. The beach completely transformed into a massive parking lot for sea rafts. These things spawn in massive clusters and actually act like a single, unified hive mind. They share the same family tree as the toxic Portuguese man-o'-war. But thankfully, these floating jellies deal absolutely zero damage to humans.
Yeah. In one spot, though?
That's the biggest I've ever seen in my life. Joined together.
They join together?
You'll see it when we go through it.
A bacalajito?
Yeah. And it gets caught up down here.
Oh my god. Ew, it looks nasty though. Thank you.
Yo, what the hell?
Ew. Ew, one dirty.
Sounds like pure clickbait, but this massive payload of fish literally just airdropped from the clouds. This bizarre, where the glitch is actually a regular event in Euro, Honduras, and the science community totally backs it up. Brutal hurricanes and waterspouts literally vacuum the fish out of the Atlantic and fast travel them straight over the city. Most flight crews just stress over bird strikes, but down in Florida, they gotta check their landing gear for camping alligators.
so cool. Look, there's air between.
These tiny bugs belong to the dark-winged fungus gnat faction. Once they level up, they morph into standard flies. But while they're still in the larval stage, they always travel in massive swarms. Sometimes, the convoy accidentally glitches into an infinite loop. And when that hits, the entire squad gets soft-locked until someone breaks the chain.
Yuck.
So strange.
During spring 2016, Madagascar caught an apocalyptic locust invasion that nearly deleted the entire agriculture sector. Thanks to a massive SOS response and heavily coordinated airstrikes spraying pesticide, hundreds of thousands of acres were successfully defended, and the food supply survived.
Oh my god.
If eight-legged freaks trigger your anxiety, better scroll fast, because this entire screen is just pure thick spider silk.
Danger है like.
That is crazy.
That's some serious rain.
Are we like for sure like way safer in here than out there?
Oh yeah.
It's 100% due to their genius design that lighthouses can casually tank these brutal ocean punches. Rather than smashing a flat wall, the water just wraps around and the kinetic force drops to zero.
Teď tam až náště stříkne trošku.